Happy Tuesday again.
Welcome.
Happy February.
I know.
It's the month of love.
It is the month of love.
So we're going to talk about love and hate.
And love-hate.
Love-hate relationships with online collaboration tools. They are necessary, but they can be a little tricky to navigate. And everybody has to kind of use them the same way. Right-ish. I mean, you don't have to use it the exact same way, but everybody kind of has to use it the same way in order for it to work for a team. So we're going to chat a little bit about that today.
Yes.
We have several different things that we use internally. And so we're going to just chat about what makes them work and what makes them not work.
Right. What can make you love them and what. So Shannon has she describes it as a hate-hate relationship. We're trying to change it to a love-hate relationship.
We're working on it, even like-hate.
Yeah, like-hate.
We're trying to slowly move her in that direction.
Or just like lukewarm, doesn't despise / hate relationship with Google Docs. Google Drive, Google Docs. And it's interesting because we have a lot of younger folk in our office that have recently graduated college, and Google Docs are their thing. Like, that's how they collaborated with classmates on projects and all sorts of stuff all through college. So they are very familiar with it, and it's their go-to. That's what they use.
It's their jam.
It is their jam. But people who are very, very, very familiar with Google Docs love them, use them for everything. And then we have Shannon, and we have those of us in between. I've become a lot more familiar with them, and Lacy will too here very shortly, because that's all, like, my kids' school is a Google school.
Oh yeah.
So everything they do is all of their homework, all their assignments, all their collaboration, it's all on Chromebooks, it's all on shared documents. Yeah. So I have gotten a crash course from my kids, which is both good and humbling at the same time. But so some of the things that we're running into, that Shannon has run into, which is what makes her despise it so much, is there's a lot of settings in there. And I don't know if you've ever had anyone share a Google Doc with you, but if someone shares something and they forget to change the sharing settings so that you have permission because you're outside the organization, or they want you to edit it but they forget to click make this person be able to edit the document so you can only view it, that's what makes people so frustrated.
Yes.
One of the things.
Yes.
So
it's all the steps you have to remember when you send it off.
Right, exactly. So it's good to get into the habit of just making sure that you are doing it the same way every time. Consistency is key in this instance. And in many instances. Yeah. But so making sure that you are making the document available to people who need to find it, anyone who needs to be able to find it, making sure that it's editable by anyone, because if you, Lacy's famous, if I'm ever hit by a bus, here's my stuff. I mean, we'd be sad. We'd be so sad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Should you be hit by a bus after my sadness passed slightly, I wouldn't then want to be annoyed with you because I couldn't open any of the documents that I was able to find.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to be annoyed with me either.
Yeah. Like, this is Lacy's legacy.
Nothing is openable.
That's right.
Openable?
Openable. I can view it, but I can't do anything with it. Not okay. So just some of those basic common courtesy tips. Regardless of what collaborating, I don't know what the right word is. I may have just made up a word, I'm not sure. Regardless of what tool you're using, make sure that everything is consistently set. Your sharing settings are consistently set, and not just yours, but everyone in the organization. Just make sure that there's clear and concise rules about what you need to do. And processes. I know, right? God,
I love those processes.
I know. She does. So some of the things that we're trying to do to clean things up with our documents that are on the Google Drive platform is making sure that they're findable by anyone in the organization, that they're editable by anyone in the organization, that they are named appropriately.
Yes, so you can search for them and find them.
And then whatever else you can do to help.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. I have a spreadsheet. I shared it with Shannon and Lacy. It's like, here's my documents. Here's what they're called. Here's what's in them. Here's a link to them should you, for whatever reason, not be able to find them while searching for them. So just making sure that everybody knows where stuff is, where to find it, because being able to collaborate online is great because you can do it from anywhere, but it hella hinders the collaboration process when you've gotten 7 feet of snow and you're working from home, but you can't access anything because
nothing's shareable or editable
or findable.
It's a problem. It's a problem. We have to be able to find it. We have to be able to open it. We have to be able to edit it. Those are all very important things.
Yes. As an added thing, if you're sending documents to clients to review, this is a personal preference on my part. I would strongly advise not sharing the actual Google document. Take the time to download it as a Word document, as a PDF, whatever you want. Don't share the Google document. Because if you get somebody who doesn't know how to use Google Docs, then
you've just irritated the heck out of the client.
Yep.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
So,
plus you're giving them access to the original file.
Right.
And that always freaks me out.
Right. So, but Word is pretty much universally openable everywhere. If you really don't want them to be able to make any changes at all, download it as a PDF. That's fine. But
so we talked a lot about Google Docs today, and we probably won't dive too far into the other online collaborative tools we use just because we could go on for hours.
Oh, hours and hours and hours.
Hours.
And Google Docs is just what came to mind because so many different organizations use it.
Exactly. But we will say no matter what online tool you use to collaborate with your team, again, just make sure it's usable by everyone. Make sure you have a clear and concise process of how it needs to be used so everybody is using it the same way and we don't have a big jumbled mess. And make sure that everything is organized and user-friendly and that it makes the most sense for your organization. We've used a lot in the past. We ended up custom programming our own project management system. And we're always making tweaks to it to make it better fit our workflow. But you may have to try a few out before you find the one that works best for your organization.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay. It's a painful process to do, but it will really help you streamline things in the end. So make sure you find something that works for you, clear processes, and have everybody make sure that it works for how they do their job within your organization. So.
Right.
Those are kind of the important points we wanted to branch off of that. Just make sure that no matter what you use, you're using it properly.
Experiment with different programs. It will be painful in the beginning.
It will be.
It's a hard learning curve. It stinks when you're like, oh, we trialed this software, now we're going to trial this software. But it's better to have a couple weeks of not fun as you're trying to figure out what you want to use than just picking something and running with it and having everybody hate it because it doesn't work for your organization.
Right, and having to do workarounds all the time because, oh, we don't really work that way, so now we're going to have to use it a different way so that it works for us.
Right.
And then branching off of that, be open to change. You may have to change your processes a little bit to kind of fit whatever you're using. Or you might have to change your processes just because your processes are old and outdated and it's time to change them. So be open to change too as you're looking at online collaborative tools to use for your team. Just know that there might have to be internal change as well. So, and that's okay. You can do it. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we hope that you have a wonderful Love Month.